Obscenity. The other day, when I was in a party, somebody was commenting that today in movies, media, and online streaming platforms, they are showing a lot of obscene things. This raises a question: what is meant by obscenity? As per the dictionary, the definition of obscenity is foul, disgusting, offending against accepted levels of morals or taste. This is the definition given by the dictionary. If you take this, the accepted levels of morals and taste have gone a sea change. Take our movies, take our media, take our advertisements, take our lifestyles. Everything has gone sea change. What was unacceptable some time ago has become acceptable now. If you take movie for example, earlier the heroine was a goody-goody person. So cinema people have to necessarily create one all-pervading good heroine and to titillate the masses, another character called vamp who will do item numbers. Today, there is no more vamp in the movies. The heroines themselves they are doing item numbers. And we have accepted it. There are double meaning dialogues everywhere. Isn't it? And in the advertisement, even to sell a baby milk powder, you have to show an attractive or semi-clad woman in the picture. To sell a scooter or a car, you have to show a skimpily clad woman in the picture. Changes have taken place everywhere. Today we have live-in relationships. Kissing is permitted. Intercaste marriages taking place. I am not talking about the honor killings happening in districts. In metropolitan cities, parents are approving intercaste and interreligious marriages. See that this was unacceptable some time back. Today they have become acceptable. That is why in 2014, the Honorable Supreme Court has said that obscenity has to be judged by applying contemporary community standards. So when the community standards are different, you can't use the yardstick of yesteryears. In my opinion, a single act of intimacy in a movie or anywhere is not obscene. What is obscene is the violence, the gory, taking the law into the hero's hands alone. Objectifying women as sexual objects as in item numbers. Rape on the celluloid. Reporting of rape day in and day out by the media. They all amount to obscene. Not only that, more obscene is when the so-called religious sects or spiritual leaders, they deliberately misinterpret the scriptures to gain control over community's psyche and whip up passions against one religion or other, to spread myths and misconceptions. That is obscene. Political parties craving for caste-based reservations is obscene. In fact, the aim of our constitution and government is to have a casteless society. When you are aiming at casteless society, then finding a political party on the basis of caste and demanding reservation on the basis of caste is obscene. Isn't it? Day-to-day violence. They are all obscene. We must understand that as society changes from time to time, period to period, its moral code of conduct changes. The values change. So you cannot take the 15th century standards and values, apply it to 21st century standards and values, and say this is not right. That's the mistake we are making. Depicting healthy sexuality is permissible, but exploitation of sexuality for commercial purposes should not be permitted. That becomes obscene. Let us take something which we cannot control today. The WWW, the World Wide Web or the Internet. Most of us have no control over it. How can you censor what is coming on Internet? In such a case, how are you going to handle what we consider today as obscene? You cannot control it by banning things. The geeks who are experts in internet language, if you ban something, they'll find another way of introducing the same thing. We all have experienced it. So what we should do is teach or inculcate the habit of discriminatory what is healthy and what is unhealthy, standards and values by contemporary yardsticks. If a person can be discriminative to understand this, then we are on safe ground. If you don't teach them and they cannot discriminate, then you have on a sticky wicket. We have to be very, very careful. So let us not just talk over the hat saying this is obscene, that is obscene. Children are getting spoiled. They're depicting obscenity there. Don't take sex alone as obscene. As I mentioned earlier, gory, violence, taking law in one's hand, misinterpreting scriptures to gain community psyche, to whip up passions, caste-based politicians, they are obscene. So what is important for us to understand? The intention is the key. The intent is the key. If the intent is good, then it is permissible. The intention is to create chaos, then it is not permissible. Then it becomes obscene. So let us not generalize. Let us not blame everything. Let us be discriminative enough to understand this. Since we cannot clearly understand obscenity, punishing it also becomes difficult. So we have to be very, very clear in our thinking, thought process, and action.